Hello everyone, my name is Devin Clark. I am just here making another video for my latest build here, both for promotional purposes and for instructions to the customer who I built this saber for. So let's just get right down to it. This is a very special saber of mine that I have fought for a very long time, trying to get my hands on a Saberforge Vengeance, which until rather recently was a discontinued design. They only had it out for a few months and it sold out, and it wasn't seen again except for until ASP showed up, and even then it was coming in as ASP parts. But I believe now they actually brought back the original design, and it's now being sold on their Etsy site. But for those who are familiar with that particular lightsaber produced by Saberforge, you'll see that this does not look like it. There's something different about this one. This one was a custom built one that I did. The base hilt, of course, was the Saberforge Vengeance, but along here it had, you know, those thick metal T-grips, and although they looked cool and they matched the saber really well, it was incredibly uncomfortable to hold. I believe the ones that came on it, that when I got this one secondhand, someone actually tried to like rubberize the T-grips so they got a little rubber texture to them, and honestly it didn't help all that much. And I've always liked the look of the lower profile grips, or the grips that I've seen on some Mace Windu-esque sabers that I've seen, and so I kind of sought out to do it. I polished her up. I like my saber shiny, so it has a near mirror finish on it, which I did, and the grips, these slots for the grips, have all been milled, recessed. I basically just sent off the saber to Tim from the custom saber shop, sorry, and I basically paid the right amount that he would usually charge for milling on his MHS sabers, and that's an option for me and many other people as well. A word of caution though, if you do send in your own parts to get a little bit of machine work done, one of the conditions is, you know, if they screw up or if something goes wrong, you're pretty much out of luck. So I was taking a risk sending this in, but he took care of me. Actually, I remember I woke up in the middle of the day because he called me and you know, wanted to like discuss the build a little bit, make sure he had all the information was correct and all that kind of stuff. Great guy. So yeah, from there I basically tried to make my own custom grips, as you can see here, and it was a disaster. I tried to make rubber grips, you know, like how they have on TCSS, but of course these are specifically sized, and they didn't quite match the size that they would have on the custom saber shop, on their low profile grips that they had. So I had a friend of mine, Dimitri Stock, who I'm sure you guys, plenty of you guys know who that is. If you guys you know, follow the saber world on Facebook or any other kind of social media site or on the forums, a real great guy. But he helped me basically 3D design these grips once I got the measurements in, and you know, from there I had them 3D printed in acrylic because I tried to get the finest print available, basically. And then after that I tried to make a mold out of silicone, mold release, all that other kind of stuff. Built a little box, glued down the grips, ended up getting something like this, using the grips as to make negatives, and tried to use this silicone mold that I made, and I spent, so it was a learning experience. It didn't work. The Other type of silicone that I use to fill in these little slots that you can see here. The stupid light would stop glaring. The camera's horrible, yeah. The rubber kept shrinking up, and the silicone picked up every single little detail. It's crazy. Even all the little print lines, any little speck of dust showed up. And like I said, the rubber shrunk and shriveled up, and I was left with not exactly what I was hoping for. So in the end, I just 3D printed it in black, and that's what I have on here. It's black plastic, but it's no visible print lines. It's great. It's gritty. It has a gritty texture. But you know what? It works. I was actually kind of happy with when I put these grips on, and I just saw, I was like, for one thing, I got a really nice grip on here. It actually does the job of being grippy, and it looks good. It matches the black anodize, which has that kind of like a flat, gritty texture already, and I just kind of fell in love with it all over again. This is what I wanted to do with this saber. Unfortunately, though, quite a while ago, several months ago, in fact, I put the empty saber up for sale with no grips or anything, and just because I needed the money, and I ended up getting the money somehow, but I kind of forgot that I had it up for sale till someone messaged me, wanted to buy it fully installed and all this kind of stuff. And I agreed to it. So I managed to get her where I wanted her to be all along. Unfortunately, now I have to ship it out. You know what? I'm happy I finished it, and kind of wanted to give you a rundown of what I have done other than the aesthetics. As I said, base Saberforge Vengeance, except for the pommel, which is an ASB Graflex pommel. So out with the Covertech, which I replaced with a little chrome button head screw, and in with the D-ring. I like the D-ring. It looks good on this. Inside is a Prizm V4 28mm speaker, 18650 battery. I'm gonna load it up for you real quick. One quick thing, the Saberforge Graflex pommel is different than all the other pommels that they offer, and many other pommels I've ever seen. But as you can see, it's flat on the underside. It doesn't have a grill-like insert that most pommels have. But because it's flat and it doesn't have that edge on the outer side, it will touch the speaker when it's like flush up against it, and it'll sound awful. It'll sound absolutely horrible. So to combat that, it has a little rubber O-ring right here, and you kind of need that there to give a little bit of space between the speaker and the edge of the pommel here, so it doesn't sound awful. To activate it, give it a little shake. Chassis slides out. Goth 3D designs, love it. Has a little dremelled out section right here, so you can put a little low profile kill key, which I will provide. It's one of those twist kill keys. I recommend just pulling it anyway, because those twist kill keys can be a little temperamental. There we go. Got pitch black loaded on right now. Nice dark side font. This is, like I said, loaded with a Prizm V4. It's a color changer running a deep red, royal blue, green Tricree XPE2, and I love it. I'm going to be using a deep red, royal blue-green from all my color changing sabers from now on, because I love that red color and what it does with the color mixing. Adjust that a little bit, the light. Okay. I'm going to turn it on for you, but before I do, I wanted to point out this little detail. These two little silver unlit switches are special in the fact that they are not pushy, they are clicky. They have a very tactile feel, that tactile feedback which was requested. Had to do a little custom work on them because they were 12 millimeter, but they had a 16 millimeter head on here. They had to bring down to a 14, so it would you know, fit in the, you know, little recessed holes that we got here. Hold on, my screen went black. Give me 1 second. I need to see myself so I don't look like stupid. There we go. Anyway, sorry. So, hopefully you can hear it. Nice and loud. Sounds great. Want to put in a blade. Show off that awesome deep red color. Blade plug, not included. Blade. Gonna be using a 32-inch Starlight blade. I think it's called the Starlight blade from Saber's, that mystery company. But this is hands down one of the brightest blades I've ever seen. It's just a very true red. I love it. Properly resisted, it's great. Yeah. Alright, got 6 sound fonts. We're going to cycle through them real quick.
Seagill.
Seagill, one of Lord Blacko's crystal fonts. I like this color too. So it's probably one of my favorite colors on a Saber, period. It's very Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Nice. I think I'm going to be loading a crystal font from Lord Blacko on every Saber that I send out from now on, so I have an excuse to buy them all, because they're so great. Nice, let's turn that off too. Shatterpoint. Of course it's purple.
Revolt.
I like Revolt. Amber. Beautiful.
Ghost of Liberty.
I like those blasters on this one. Rogue comes standard on all my Sabers, just because it's like the perfect font in my opinion. cycle through the rest of the colors. That's that red. It's like a pale purple, I guess. It's that amber. Purple, fuchsia, whatever. Well, it's a light blue color. White. This is a color mix white, so it's a bit off-white, kind of like a purplish hue, but it looks good. It looks good. I like this color. Slightly darker blue. There's that Mountain Dew Baja Blast color I love so much. Green. And back to Royal Blue.
Pitch black.
Pitch black. So, there you have it. That's pretty much everything. I wanted to go through the little internals. I've showed. Whoop, almost dropped that. You know, kind of show that, but I just wanted to make sure the customer knew exactly what was going on. Prizm V, you can slide it out all the way, but there's no real need to. Prizm V4 is right here. You'll need tweezers to get out the SD card. It's not a big deal. I've loaded some pretty decent fonts on here, and recharge ports internal. That's pretty much it. Really straightforward build. I'm sad to see it go, but I know it's going to a good home, and I hope he's happy with it, as am I. And I have a few other builds for this guy as well. Just kind of want to give you a little close-up. It looks good. Gills. Cutouts. Nice and tasteful. Switches. I'm gonna... Hopefully you can hear that. But nice tactile feedback on those. Love it. High polished everything. It looks great. That's it. See you guys next time.